Now what we're going to do, we're going to look at a few routes. We're going to look at a few routes. The ball is on the inside here. We're going to use some motors. We're working against our wide outs. We're going to motor this thing out. We're looking at the hips and thighs. I tell them two things. When the release is inside, if the release is inside, you have to be in a position to where you teach your defensive backs the depths of curls. My guys know that curls are thrown anywhere between 10 to 15 yards. They know that digs are broken up 12 to 15 to 17, pushing inside. They know corner routes on the inside release is going to push to 10, and they're coming over the top of you at 10 yards. If you teach them those three things, they already have learned the fade ball. If you teach them on an inside release, what's going to happen when the receiver, if he's past 10 yards, there's no curl. The more he goes inside, is it a dig? Is it an in route? So on an inside release, I tell our guys to lean like crazy. So there's a motor, there's an inside release. Now, take your body and lean. Now, as we work against our players, we are in no gear. We don't have on pads. We don't tackle each other, so we work together with the wideouts, which is really important, but that's perfect. He knows right now what the route is and playing it really good. That's excellent right there. Inside release, press against him. Lean and go play it. Nice right there. Shows it from another angle. You can see the stem inside. Look at the eyes down. Look at the body go press. Now what will happen here is with pass rush, whether it be a pressure, whether it be a man, when we play this technique, we have sometimes a whole player here, but we always have a deep free safety. That's why they know that their help deep. Their help is inside deep at all times. So on the inside release, they can press, because on the inside release, if he runs a post route, he's running right into a free safety. That's what allows you to go ahead and play it. But excellent job right there. Let's look at the next route. Inside release, a little shallow though, right? He's going inside at 5 yards. Now watch his hips. Watch his hips drop. Make sense? Now watch him come under control when the hips drop. Perfect. So this allows you to cover a shallow cross, a fake shallow and thing back out. Excellent job right there. Excellent job of being in position. Again, watch his hand come up to knock it off. Nice. Eyes still are down at the hip drop. Now on any shallow, on anything that drags right now, we tell our guys to close on it right now. So that starts shallow. So he's headed to close. The hips drop. And this is excellent because how quick can you come in control when the hips drop? Okay. Here's a good picture because you say, what happens on a takeoff route? Ball's in here. He's released outside. Poor motor. If he's even, he's usually leaving. So what do? He's running away from the free safety. So what has to happen is, I tell our guys that when you're beat, you keep running until you can put your hand on him. Now this guy has great speed. After you can put your hand on him, you get your head back as quick as possible and you become the wide receiver. That's why the ball drills are so important. You become the wide receiver and you lean toward the boundary, and if you lean toward the boundary, most wideouts won't catch the ball. But here's an example. Now, let's say that he stays in that position. We'll run toward the screen. Quarterback's back over here. If I'm lost, and as he reaches for the ball, I just want to play right through his hand. I want to play right through his hand and turn one away. So if I can get in position to touch him, shoot it, run, and lean, head back. If I can't, and I'm catching up, as he reaches out, you play through his hands. You play through his hands, see if he can catch it with one arm. See if he can catch it with one arm. Same thing here. You can see the motor part is poor, not bad, but the receiver gets a great jump. Both these two can run. So he knows right now the hips hadn't dropped. So he knows I'm beat. If he's even, he's leaving. Okay, now let me go run to catch up. Do I got him? Now, what's telling him right now the receiver's looking for the ball? His head's back. But he's still doing what? He isn't reaching yet. So if he feels like that I can catch him and lean, how quick, how natural can your athlete get his head around and become the wide out and play the ball. Okay, here we go again. Got an inside release. So what should happen? Lean, lean. Now here's an example of what a wide out does, because he understands what him leaning. So who's taking the aggressiveness to who? The wide out's taking it to us. That's why I tell our guys, take your body and you lean against him. Pat under pat and you lean, and as he leans, if he pushes off, if you're leaning the right way, it's going to pull you right there with it. Not bad, it can be better. You can see here the wide out taking the hit to us. I like taking it to him. Okay, so here we go. Let's watch another inside release. There's a good lean. Now what's important? You say, why do you lean? You can lean so much and they come inside sometime to run the corner route. Here's what I tell them on the corner route. All corner routes have to come over the top. If he's stemming you inside to get you to jump and he wants to run it out, your body ought to be at an angle to where he's got to run the out directly through you. So here's a good picture. Inside release, lean. Receiver's trying to come back outside. He can't get back out. You guys are coaches or players, and you understand the route, the play is over. The play is over right now. He'll never get the ball thrown to him. It's a good job right there on an inside release. Motored, inside, aggressive on the lean. If he runs an out, he's got to run it back through you. If he runs a corner route, I want him going over the top. If he presses against you to lean, you're leaning against him to come off and play. Excellent right there. Okay, open the gate a little bit too much, but it's still an inside release, right? So do what? Go lean. Now, where's his help? His help's right here. So if your help is inside of you deep, if I'm playing corner and the help, I've got a post player right there and I lean, I'm not in a hurry to be on top of it anymore, because if he runs deep, he's running right into a free safety just reading the quarterback. But if he turns and comes out, he's got to come out through me. If he goes in, I'm pushing off of him. If he's going to run a corner route, I want him to go over top of me that way, which makes the free safety be able to get a better break reading the quarterback. So right now, here's an example. Inside, corner route's the hardest to complete, goes over the top, make him make the catch. You can see here's a good job. Ball thrown, watch your arm come up, turn arm away. And again, one of the hardest routes to complete on air, and at the same time, with the DB still running the rim. Does a good job of making him run over the top. Here he goes to lean, because he feels a post stem, right? He feels a post. He doesn't feel a dig. So you can see him pushing the push right to the post. Receiver runs a corner route, make him run it over the top of you, make them complete the ball between you and the wide receiver. Okay? New things that wide receivers are doing now on shallow crosses. They're coming in and they're looking at you. It's a pretty good thing. Receivers are looking, and as they look you in the eye, they're looking you in the eye to take you back forward. Okay, now, not bad, except for what I said. On a shallow cross, go close to his hip. So don't let the look throw you off. Go close to that hip and go play it again. It looks real good in pass scale. The offensive line's here. He'd have to throw that right through. It looks like it's going to go right through that right tackle's butt. So I don't know if that's really a complete. Looks real good in this. I hope our D lineman will bat that one down. So what I'm trying to show you right here is there's the motor. There's the hop inside. Go close. Go close. Nice right there. Excellent. Excellent. Okay, here we go. Outside release. Playing a little bit harder. Nice speed. Outside release. Is he running the fade? Is he running the fade? Look at the hips. The hips drop. The hips drop. We know that's not a fade. Hips drop. How quick when he stops can we stop? It's one of the best receivers here in making his comeback routes look like he's running the fade route. Does a good job of reading it. You can see him taking the body on top to play it aggressive. See the hips drop, come under control. And again, comeback routes are like fade balls. If they can complete the ball on that sideline, you let them complete the ball on the sideline. But not bad, wide release outside. So we talked about the inside release. On a wide release, go run to meet him at the junction. And when you run to meet him at the junction, you meet him aggressively. So you see this young man, watch him going to meet him. Meet him aggressively. Squeeze it. Stop when he stops and see if they can complete it. Nice there, inside release. Should lean, go lean. Nice. Got a little grab, but sometimes that happens. Not bad because he's running the post right into who? Right into the free safety or the dig. Not bad. And again, sometimes these 16 to 18-yard digs, you may not have the safety help. But if we lean and squeeze, watch him take his body. He can take his body in front. He can take him in front, or he can take it behind. It just depends on how it plays out to see can he still make the catch. Now, let me talk about one thing while we're here. I'll go through this at the end with our diagram. If a receiver is outside the numbers, I call it a wide split. If a receiver is outside the numbers, I call it a wide split. If he's inside of the numbers, it's a tight split. So on wide splits, you think inside routes. On tight splits, you think fade routes and comeback. If he's in the numbers, that's normal. And on a normal split, we play him head up. On an inside split, we're going to think a little bit more fade ball or a shallow cross maybe. Shallows we don't have to cover. If he's in tight, think fade. If he's out wide, he's going to push you up here to run a curl. He's going to push you in here to run a dig. He's going to push you up the field 10 yards to run a post. All those things are important. So splits mean something. You know the quarterbacks that you're playing against, understand what's important, what he's trying to run. In the face, we're playing it a little bit more aggressive. Not bad. He's in a normal split, and he releases outside. Now, you know can he complete the fade, but then you're looking at his hips. You see the hips drop? Come under control. Nice. Now, we know on the outside release, on a normal split on the numbers, there is no room to run a fade, to run an out route. Okay? It's got to be a little tighter. So sometimes they try to line up normal, outside release you outside to run an inside cut. So if you see the hips drop, you know what it is. You know it's a curl. Nice right there. Really nice. And again, we always talk about curl routes are somewhere around 10 to 15. This is about 11 yards. It works out the same. And all those are what's important in trying to educate your players as to what routes they're going to see. A lot of it's athletic ability, but a lot in talent. But there's so much into understanding the receiver's demeanor, what the quarterback's doing, how wide his split is, what routes do they run in certain formations, that I've had a 4-7, 4-8 safety or corner be able to play bump and run because he understands that. Now, if you got one that's 4-4, 4-3, 4-5, that's even better. But understanding his demeanor, where he's lying, what is the release looking like. Now, in the SEC, receivers can't go off snap count. The crowds are too loud. You can't hear it. So the eyes have to turn into the ball. So every week, I think it's important that you look and see what stance the receiver is in. If his eyes are turned in, I wouldn't show the technique until I knew he was looking at the ball. Okay? So if we were playing against a team and the receiver comes out and he's looking straight in my face, he's looking downfield, he's reading coverage, if I'm playing bump and run, I'm not going to show bump and run. I'm not going to give it to him right now. I may be 5 yards off. I may have a safety showing a cover 2 look, making him think, hey, I got a guy behind me. Or you may be 7 yards off, making him think it's cover 3. The more he gets set, the quarterback's getting, the clock's running down, you'll see the hand coming in the stands, and you'll see his eyes turn inside to the ball. When his eyes turn inside to the ball is when we show the technique, whether we're going to play bump and run or we're going to play motor. Okay, now, we're going to play a little bit more aggressive now. We take the motor out. Again, this tape is teaching motor technique. I threw a little bit of more aggressive stuff in just so you can see a little bit. You can see the head come in. He looks in. There's the ball right here. He takes his attention. We can use a jab aggressively right there and get off and run, which is what this young man does. Punches, goes and squeezes. Again, go inside, go take your body to him and lean. So you can see the receiver has advantage right now. Watch him sprint to go lean. And again, we know this is slant. Now, here's where this is good pass scale and good one-on-one work is who's usually standing in here on the defense? A linebacker. So my guys really should be thinking they're going to get a fade route. Because if he runs a slant, he's running right into a linebacker. They don't do it. They widen it out to run slants. But we do play the game and have to understand it. But this is a good job of closing. Watch him take his hand to tear away an arm. Excellent right there. Accelerate in. Okay, a little bit aggressive here. Punch, nice. We get an outside release, right? Got him jammed. Lean and press. Lean and press. Excellent right there. Excellent. Now, you know what this young man knows? Look at the numbers. The split is inside the numbers. It's inside for him to run an outside fade route. So what this DB is doing is he's shading it slightly inside to throw him off, but plays him hard jammed outside. And now he's going to keep pressing. He knows not a fade route. They got to be running. And you press it on out of bounds in position to play the out or come back. And again, I know you may be saying, boy, he's holding. Well, in one-on-one, it sometimes happens that way. I do believe this. If you're teaching bump and run and press man, you're going to get a few pass interference penalties. But what is important is that you teach them to not play downfield, not to grab, not to hold. But at the same time, know that on outside release is what the route is. Know on inside release is what the route is. And know that if they do get a pass interference penalty, it's important that you don't continue to beat them up. You can make them scared to play. You can make them scared to play. I think last year we had, in all the man coverage we played, I think we had 3 pass interference penalties all year attributed to bump and run. That's not bad with all the times we were put in bump and run. Playing it aggressive again. Eyes are down. Really nice. So you see what happens. You see his head turn in. So this defensive back right now, you can see him walk up. He's really off. The head turns in. He sneaks up. And instead of motoring it, he plays aggressive. The play's over. There is nobody to throw to. There is nobody to throw to. All that has to be part of your repertoire. It has to put you in a position to where you teach your players what it is. But again, it takes patience. Been a little bit smart. You can see him coming up right now. Quarterback's already giving him the route. Aggressive, not motored. And that would have been real good if he'd have motored out. It would have been a nice release. You have to change it up with sometimes being hard and sometimes being soft. Here's a bluff. Faking the punch. Motoring out. Hips are down. Do the hips drop? The hips drop. Stop the inside route. Okay? Here's an outside release wide. We're playing this aggressive. Now we're not motoring anymore. He's punching. Outside release, remember we talked about. Play him hard. Play him aggressive. Go play him aggressive. Watch 10's hips. Another indicator is when they pump the arms. Look at the arms pump. When the arms pump fast, the hips are dropping. How quick can you stop? And then make them complete the route on the sideline. Also keep your DBs off the sideline too so they won't get anybody hurt. Real confident with his speed. Again, there's some good shots of watching these guys pump their arms and the hips drop, and you know when to stop, which is the key, being able to stop when they stop. Here we go. Going to play it aggressive. Fakes outside, fakes in. Nice punch. It's over. It is over. If your defensive line into the quarterback by this time, if they still got a chance to come off all this and throw the ball, you better talk to those 4 or 5 guys that's rushing the quarterback. That's perfect. And again, we do have a free safety in the middle of the field. Good example. Don't want to bump him, but he's beat. Look at the hand when he reaches. Take an arm through that hand. Wouldn't want to play it a little bit. Wouldn't want to play it quite that aggressive. But again, inside release, the jab comes up trying to play it hard. Tries to come back out, jab back out, turn and lean. It should be over. You have eliminated the route, eliminated the wide out. Okay, here we go. Inside release, motor, lean. Nice right here. This is the same young man earlier that you saw in practice to where he wasn't in position. He didn't play the wide out aggressive. Watch him here, lean. Punching and leaning. Aggressive. Again, he presses off to come back in. I always say that if they got a chance to do all this route and go from in and out, something's wrong too, but not bad. He should catch the ball. Good. A nice fake punch again. We're faking it as if we're punching. Receiver releases inside. Go lean. You're running them right to a free safety. Free safety hopefully break it on the ball. Again, you're never in trouble on this cross the field stuff if you take your body and you lean. What I don't like here is that we got him right there. We got the hand on him. Take your body into him to play him more aggressive. Okay, a nice inside jam here. Again, I'll let them switch it up. Sometimes we'll play it aggressive 2 hands. Sometimes we'll play it outside. Sometimes we'll play it inside. The aggressive part is thrown off. Again, the key is don't get up and show them totally what you got until you see them in a stance and their eyes are inside. Comes up right now with an inside punch. Go run, look at the hips. Little stutter, right? You say, boy, the hips dropped right quick. There is no route where the hips drop at 4 to 5 yards you need to play. Hips drop at 4 to 5 to 6 to 7 yards, you play the stutter, make him complete the hitch. Go take your body and cut him off. Watch him go cut him off. The takeoff route, cut him off, turn, lean, eyes and head are back. You play wide out. Excellent right there. You tell me if you lean, where is he running? He's running out of bounds. It's got to be thrown perfect. Again, good inside jam. Don't play the stutter because it's at 5. Go take your body aggressively in front of it. When your head is in that position and you're playing wide out, I've never been called for pass interference with the head and eyes back. Okay, 2-hand aggressive right now. Snuck up, staggered our stance, went to parallel, squeezed it, played him aggressive. Hopefully right now it's over. Good job of trying to tear away the top side shoulder. You can see him change from the going stance to where it looks like he's going to knock him out to 2 hands. Again, this is that same shuffle being able to move sideways with him. That's a real good job. Again, slants. Remind your corners that slants are played and helped by linebackers on 3-step drop. Here we go. Playing it aggressive here. Several different ways you can see the guys. A little bit wider base gets caught, but has a great awareness of being able to jam aggressively and still mirror. Now, this should be over. If you can stop this route and pause it, and you say by the time your D lineman can get it cranked up, hopefully you'll have it. Again, lean against him because it turns back to inside. Not bad at all. Again, we're too early in our stance, right? Now, you can see what happens. He knows it's an inside route by the alignment. Coached up by the coach here saying, well, you're giving it to him right now. Let's go ahead and tighten it down. he still plays it the same way. Okay, here we go. Here's another motor technique on an outside wide release. Outside wide alignment. Way outside the numbers. Don't let him run an inside route. Way outside the numbers. Don't let him run an inside route. Inside route. Now, lines up outside to run a fade. Do the hips. The hips don't drop. Take your body and cut him off and lean. Get your head around. All those drills that you saw at the beginning, all those drills that you saw are coming into play. Again, play the inside route. Okay, trying to do that do they have enough room to complete it? Can they keep it on the map? There's a prime example. Head around. Can they keep it? I got this outside stripe here. Because I tell the guys, anything that they're running outside here, if they can hit, they got a really good quarterback. Playing it aggressive, gets caught on an aggressive hit, inside move, on an inside route, inside stem. You don't have to play the post route. You can get beat deep because you have a free safety. So I'd like for him sort of to go lean a little more, watch the hips, and go drive it. Again, we also have a coverage where there's a whole player short and a whole player deep. Just depends on what we got. Receiver does a good job of slinging aggressive to get the hands off. That's what we can't have. We got to jab a little harder through that if we're going to play them aggressive. If we think they're playing it this way, we better motor and go close on that. Caught us off sides. Does a good job of sneaking up when the head comes in. Same cruise route. Again, they're throwing the ball through this imaginary offensive line, and I think we've got a couple of linebackers coming down reading it, seeing it. Okay, inside release. Nice patience. Watch your shuffle step. Yep. Go lean and press. Go lean and press. There it is. There it is right there. If he's running a post route, he's got help. Nice. Excellent job right here. Watch him play through the hands. If you tear a hand away, if you tear one hand away or one arm away, it's usually difficult for him to catch the football. Good. Nice right here. Learn from last time, trying to get thrown past. Watch. Takes the arm away. You see the left arm? He kicked out last time, takes the arm away, stays balanced, now go lean. Excellent right there. Really good. Really good. I want him staying off the ground. Okay. Playing a Z receiver. See how far he's backed off the ball. Sometimes they won't let you get in their face. Nice. Shuffle. Eyes down. Go lean. Corner route. Corner route's good because he has to do what? Runs over the top, make him throw the ball between me and the wide out, see can they make it. Free safety's in here. Ought to see the shoulder turned outside, and the free safety ought to be running right now to go try to make that play over the top. You see him right here, making him throw the ball in between, and again, one of the hardest routes to complete.